Good day or evening, dear participants. In this fourth lecture of Module 5, we are going to focus on the use of assessment information. My name is Brian. I am the facilitator of this lecture, assisting Mr. Maurice Nkusi. This lecture is powered by Microsoft Copilot. Take note that this lecture and the following other four were designed from UNESCO IBE Curriculum Resource Pack, CRP, 2023. Let us introduce this lecture. At the heart of any plan for improving assessment is the goal of obtaining information about what students have and have not learned that can be used to help them improve their learning, to guide the academics, and to support others who make decisions about their education. Assessment is the process of collecting, analyzing, and interpreting information to assist academics in making decisions about the progress of their students as well as their teaching. Academics use assessment information as one of the most powerful tools in their classrooms. An important piece of academic instruction comes from how they utilize this information. Information needs to be collected, evaluated, and used through instruction and student interventions. Learning how to use assessment data effectively will impact student learning in the best way possible. This lecture is intended to help participants conceive the importance of good assessments. Assessments that consider good assessment criteria and rubrics will eventually lead to reliable assessment information, which in turn may lead to informed decisions. Whether assessment can improve learning is related to the quality of the information and how well the information is used to feed back into the teaching and learning. Therefore, issues that can be encountered include 1. Plan individual instructional intervention. The goal of delivering instructional intervention is the same. Help students improve skills they struggle with. Assessment information gives academics the foundation for creating their own individualized plans for struggling learners. Personalizing a student's plan can look very different each time, but may include a few similar criteria, such as 1. Skills that need emphasis in the classroom, 2. Additional support strategies for teaching the student, and 3. A way to track and monitor progress for the student's academics and families involved. Keep in mind that a personalized instructional intervention plan remains flexible. Real-time reporting tools like Estation's personalized data profiles found at Estation Super 7 Essentials provide formative assessment information and relevant statistics to guide instructional interventions delivered in the classroom or beyond. 2. Develop daily instructional strategies. Knowing where each student is performing helps academics see the big picture when developing their daily instructional strategies. This allows them to move from assessing students to grouping students based on relevant assessment information trends. It is easy to feel overwhelmed when it comes to grouping students, and you may hear academics ask, 1. How many small groups should I teach? 2. How am I going to find the time to meet with them? 3. How do I manage the rest of my class while working with my small groups? 4. Where do I find resources to meet all of the instructional needs of my students? Assessment information will provide you with everything you need to answer these questions and start grouping students. This information can help to develop instructional strategies to meet the group's needs. For many online reading and math assessments, see https://www.estation.com. Save academic time by linking ready-to-use resources for small or whole group instruction within the assessment reports. Determine targeted goals for students and academics. Short and long-term goals guide success for academics and students. Educational authorities can analyze assessment information and use the information to set goals for academics that are specific, measurable, relevant, and attainable. In return, academics can work to make sure that student goals are aligned. When students start taking ownership of their own goals and assessment information, that's when they academically benefit of their learning experiences. 4th, monitor student and academic progress. Progress monitoring provides line managers and faculties with valuable information regarding improvements in critical educational skills, as well as classroom performance. This type of monitoring should take place often so that it becomes expected and familiar for all parties involved. When conducting progress monitoring, consider using an all-in-one assessment tool for students. Having this type of assessment tool allows each student to be assessed in the area of content they need to show progress. When the tool adapts to the learner's ability, the student becomes less discouraged and frustration levels are lowered. This ensures that the assessment information gathered during progress monitoring is more accurate. 5. Discover professional development gaps. While many people believe that assessment information can only be utilized to help students improve, there is another trend. Education leaders are analyzing assessment information and determining where students are seeing the least amount of improvement. This information points them to the overall professional development gaps for academics. Issue of assessment. In the context of educational practice, there are some crucial issues concerning assessment, which demand the attention of all those who are concerned with the quality of the teaching and learning process. Some of them are described below. 1. Because the components and processes underlying 21st century skills are interrelated and complex, how they are considered in assessment design and scale development is a major challenge. Implementing assessments that are not well designed can conflict with curricular goals and undermine progress toward meeting them, according to Schoenfeld in 2017. If a complex skill set is underrepresented in an assessment because of the challenges in measuring it precisely, then tests may only assess fact-based information. 2. Another challenge has to do with the fact that the 21st century skills are generic and transferable, essentially domain general. However, if assessments are to reflect real-life demands, the role that content knowledge plays, if any, needs to be taken into account. 3. In relation to validity issues, establishing construct validity. How well the assessment measures what it is intended to measure in the 21st century skills is challenging when working with complex constructs with no clear operational definitions of the skills. A related challenge is in establishing the set of standards that can be accepted as evidence for whatever inferences are made related to the target construct. Let us reflect. We briefly discussed the following aspects: planning individual instructional intervention, development of daily instructional strategies, the determination of targeted goals for students and academics, monitoring student and academic progress, discovering professional development gaps, some issues of assessment, and the use of assessment information. Now, what questions should we start asking ourselves? What comes to my immediate thinking is, 1. What are some of the benefits of using assessment information to guide instruction and intervention? 2. What are some of the challenges of designing and implementing assessments for 21st century skills? Now, reflect in writing on these two questions using the Gibbs Reflective Cycle Guide, which will be shared with you in this module. Compile your reflection in the e-journal available within the e-learning platform in use in this self-paced online course. Share your reflections with your colleagues at work and also share them on the Community of Practice platform, which will be shared with you. Conclusion. This lecture has discussed the use of assessment information as a powerful tool for improving teaching and learning. We have explored some of the ways that academics can use assessment information to plan individual and group instruction, set and monitor goals, and identify professional development needs. We have also examined some of the challenges and issues that arise when assessing 21st century skills, such as complexity, transferability, and validity. We hope that this lecture has given you some insights and ideas on how to use assessment information effectively in your own context. If you have any questions or challenges with any of the concepts discussed in this lecture, please use the discussion forum of Module 5 to ask questions and answer other participants' questions as well. Thank you for your attention.